So my name is Nicole Becher. I'm from New York City, and this is...
I'm Tanya, Janca from Ottawa, Canada. I work for the Canadian government.
It's super
nice
vague.
And vague. And I help them secure their web apps. I get all application security on them.
And I work as a computer security consultant. So I've been in the pen testing incident response phase for years. I teach at NYU, which is actually really fun. And we are wrapping up our talk here at OWASP, the Open Web Application Security Project meetup. People who have no idea what that is, it's like, what is that? Is that a bug? I don't know. It's a web application security group. It's a nonprofit. It's very open. You can join it. You can come to meetings. You can be part of projects. It's basically It's a whole motivation is to get more people into the space and get developers to write less bad code so that, listen, applications are protecting all of our data now. Our data is just going to continue to flow into this, cloud ether world. So we need applications that are secure because this is our data. So that's OWASP's really main motivation is to get developers to write better code so that we don't have all these problems. We don't have all these, data breaches, things like that.
We feel a really good way to learn is by breaking things. So if you're a software developer, and this is how I got into this, someone broke my app in front of me, and I was like, I need to know how to do that, and I need to make sure that never happens again. And so before I knew it, he had lured me over to the dark side, and I became a hacker. And you can too.
Someone hacked a web server that I left in my house, and it was like in my bedroom, and I had no idea what was going on, and I just saw, they did one of those GIF fire, they replaced the index.html page. It was like a bunch of fire, like over and over again. It was like, you've been hacked by Poison Box. Oh, no. And I was like, what is going on? And that's how I got into information security. Yeah, wearable fashion. I'm wearing some of your fashion, right? You can kind of just substitute wearable fashion for the word IoT, which is another buzzword, Internet of Things. It's like any device that has a little chip in it. Right? That's wearable fashion. Lights. I have LED light strips all over my desk. I could put them on my body. That'd be wearable fashion. If I have a dress that has a bunch of sensors on it that are supposed to light up when it sees other light, maybe a vulnerability could be a big strobe light, and that light dress just keeps lighting up because I'm exploiting the fact that that sensor just wants to find light. And it might not even be connected to the internet. So it's sort of rethinking the entire problem, right? If the dress is connected to the internet.
Well, and imagine it lit up, it lit up, it lit up, and then you got burned. Right?
Right.
I was testing something once when I was younger, and basically I literally set it on fire because I just crashed it so much that it actually started smoking in the laboratory. And so there's always a way that... So you should do security testing. That is what we're saying. You should do security testing.
Listen, a lot of the learning happens in the hardware area here. And if you want to get into this space and you want to build these things, you should learn Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, Beagle boards, what a PCB board is, all these electronic stuff, right? I get asked this question a lot, how do you get into security, or how do you even get into technology, right? And I just I can't say this enough. Now it's crazy. You have a universe of information just sitting on YouTube and Coursera and any other site out there, and you can learn whatever you want, whenever you want. And you can do this all for free.
And there's also, the way I got into it is that person that hacked my app ended up becoming my professional mentor. He's just dragged me completely into InfoSec. He's stop being a programmer, join the cool people, and having a professional mentor pushed me to that next level, right? So if you can show that you're exceptional, if you can show that you are worth teaching, someone will bring you under their wing and bring you along. So we just gave a talk about how to hack APIs and web services and why we think that's important, and about this cool new app called Pixie that Nicole made that is highly vulnerable.
Yeah, I sort of love writing really bad web apps. I think it's a really great way for people to learn and train. Training in the information security space is really expensive sometimes. People who are trying to get into the space, they can't afford $5,000 for a course or whatever it is that they're looking to buy. So if there's free stuff out there, they're going to use it, or at least they have the opportunity to use it. And that's sort of what we're going for. We want to have sort of free apps that you can hack on and learn how to hack, so you can actually get better or get into the space.
There are so many resources online that are free, and we're actually planning to release a bunch about Pixie and DevSlop, our new project, and other things like that. But there's so much free stuff, and OWASP just gives everything away, basically, except for if it's in person at a conference, because that costs a fortune to provide. Basically, it's just all free.
I get asked this all the time, like women, like how do you get more women into the space, technology? How do you make this more accommodating?
We're trying to reach out to girls and young women, actually all women. Like we want more of everyone working in OPSEC, but we want especially more women, because when I first went to OWASP, I was always the only woman at every meeting, and it was so painful. And like going into a big group of like where there's 50 guys and you, it can be intimidating or uncomfortable. But now, like I've managed to attract more women, and so we have like 70 women now, which is totally awesome. And like you do that by giving them spaces that are comfortable. You do that by telling them they're invited. You do that by actually having female speakers. So like at this, we had 3 female speakers. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's badass women in security. Tons of them. And like find them. They're on Twitter. They're on the internet. They are all over. So find them. So I'm like a super shy person on social media. I think it's like a real mess out there on the Twitters, but I do have a Twitter handle, and it's the Dead Robots. But, you know, I'm sort of a lurker there. But I'm willing to try to engage more. So if anyone really wants to talk to me, I'll talk back.
And I'm at She Hacks Purple, and I'm the exact opposite. And I will talk to anyone anytime, and I won't shut up. We're also both like OWASPers, so we're at our various chapters. So if you're in New York City or Brooklyn specifically, you could go to her chapter, or if you're in Ottawa, you can come to my chapter.
Hi, I'm Nicole Becher, and this is...
Hi, I'm Tanya Janca.
And we're at an OWASP event in New York City talking about computer security, and we represent GEEK of CHIC.
Yes, stay geeky.
Stay geeky.
Stay geeky.
Stay geeky.
Do it.